So another great setting, of course, is the air fryer, but with the air fryer, it's like a lower temperature compared to the grill. So people often ask me, when should they use air fry, when should they use steam air fry, and when should they use grill? I say steam air fry is best for foods that normally take a long time to cook, so that you're steaming and cooking the inside as well as crisping them up, such as your jacket potatoes, your roast potatoes and your roast chicken and such like. And then the air fry is good for anything you need up to 200 Celsius, and the grill for anything above that. So that's an easy way to go between the three types of cooking. So what we've got next for you is another one I find is we've got some ciabattas. I've got some garlic puree. We've got a few jars on the go, because what happens at a photo shoot is if more than one person is prepping, you'll go and grab a jar, someone else will be busy with another jar, so you'll end up with about 2 or 3 of them on the go. So this is one of the little cuties that's on the go. I've got some sliced Gouda. It wasn't actually used in the photo shoot, so I think we just took some just for slices for some lunch at one point. And then we've got some leftover chorizo as well. And then we were doing a pasta recipe. Didn't quite use it all, so this is almost full. I've got another one of these in the pantry as well. So these are great for putting together and quickly doing yourself some pizza style bread. So I'm going to start by adding some of this to a bowl, because then this can be your base. I will admit now that I have run out of margarine for buttering bread, but it's better this way. And then I've got some garlic going on in there as well. And then you can season it up. I've got some dried oregano here. What's great about cooking with this is it's always the best ingredients, so they look better for photographs, so it's nice to have access to all of this. It's like my free food shop. So there you go, we've got garlic going on in there, we've got oregano, and we've got some passata. So that's a great thing to put to one side. And of course putting the cheese to one side, the chorizo, and that just leaves getting bread out. Oh, it smells so good. M&S bread. So what you can do is you can slice under it like this, and then it can create a layer for your pizza. But no, we're not going to waste, because this is brilliant for breadcrumbs. Oh, look at that. Oh, that just looks fantastic. I can't wait to have this. And then if you've got the problem of it not fitting your gadget, like it won't fit ours, if you look there, what you can do is you can do 2 smaller ones. And then that now fits in. And then I've got another one to do a round 2 on. So just grab them out. Just making sure we're in shot here so I can properly show you. Give it a good coating. And this is also great for you if you've got lots of ingredients in at home and you think to yourself, oh, what am I going to make with what I've got in? Then these are some greats. And then once you've added that layer, then you can start with your toppings. So this is my Gouda. Let's talk Gouda. So with Gouda, it's a lovely, lovely European cheese, and it cooks so well, and because of its softness, it sticks really well to the passata, so you don't have to worry about the cheese flying about in your air fryer. So you can just put it on like this. And then you can let it overlap a bit as well if you want to. It's just lovely like that. Then let's get that chorizo out. They've used for the photo shoot spicy chorizo. I haven't actually tried it yet, but I know the kids are complaining it's a bit on the spicy side, but we'll see. So, second pack out. Oh wow, don't they look good? Perfect now for going on. And then you can finish off with a sprinkling of oregano before they go on. So there you have it, they're now ready to go on. So I'm going to put one on at a time so that I can show you the method and then you can see the difference between the two. So we're going to put this one on first and then carefully place it into your air fryer. And then lid down. Right, turn your Speedi on and you're looking for a temperature of 180 Celsius, that's 360 Fahrenheit. We're on air fryer already and we're looking for a cooking time of just 5 minutes. And then press start. This recipe is made using leftover ingredients from the photo shoot of our brand new cookbook, the Complete Multi-Cooker Cookbook. What I love most is when the photo shoot is over with is to take the spare ingredients home and make lots of different recipes with it. I kind of think of it like doing a modern version in the multi-cooker of Ready Steady Cook. So if you were interested, the cookbook is available to buy now. It's called the Complete Multi-Cooker Cookbook. Simply search by its name or search Multi-Cooker Salmon Dom for full details. And it's really nice for me to be able to come back and give you a behind the scenes look of ingredients and what we've used in the making of this great cookbook. So now, shall we get back to the food? And we've beeped. So shall we check on it? And like I said, this is version 1 just because I want to show you what's gone wrong with this recipe and then show you the other version with the other piece of bread. So let's pop it open, and as you can see, the chorizo has gone flying around. Apart from that, it's perfect, but we don't want it flying about, do we? And then of course you don't want to cook it for too long because you don't want your bread going too hard because obviously it's already cooked bread. So I'm just going to get a spatula to get it out so I don't burn myself. And grab myself one of these, so let's get it out, shall we? Oh wow, look at that, doesn't that look fantastic? But I don't want food flying about in the air fryer, so the best option, and it's boring, is some cocktail sticks, or I think you call them toothpicks over in the US. So what you do instead, you literally poke them through where your chorizo is. Oh, by the way, this recipe can also be done with pepperoni. Just depends on what you've got in. I'm just here making use of ingredients. Now, it's ready to go back in. Note to self, don't stab yourself. You've got sharp bits underneath now. So then, back in it goes. And I'm going to do a minute less, and that is because the air fryer is now preheated, and when the air fryer is preheated, the food that you've placed in it don't need as long. It's like you've been cooking it already. So still on air fry, you're looking for 180 Celsius, and you're looking for 360 Fahrenheit, and you're looking for a cook time of 4 minutes, and then press start. And we've beeped. So, shall we check on them and see what the difference is like? The greatest thing about using the cocktail stick trick is it stops cheese flying around as well. So if you've cooked something in the air fryer and then it's like the cheese has done a runner or something else, then you can use this trick. So, and yes, the chorizo has all stayed in place, wrinkled up a bit at the edges because that's how chorizo actually cooks, but it's all together and all in one place. Oh wow, look at that, doesn't that look fantastic? So then, like before, just grab it by its spatula, and then you can see the difference between the two. So if you look there, you can see that the ones with the sticks have properly stayed in place, whilst there they've kind of moved around a bit. It's totally up to you if you do this extra step, but I'm just showing you what the difference is like between the two. And of course, then just pull out your sticks and you're ready for serving. Oh wow, this just smells so good. Yep, I made sure I've got them all out so somebody doesn't end up with some. And then grab some extra oregano for sprinkling on top. Pizza bread made with some leftover ciabatta, and just think of the ingredients that you've got in. Have you got some spare find the chopped tomatoes in, some passata that you could use. And I've gone out to places where they make barbecue sauce as the base of a pizza, so you could do the same with that as well if you wanted to. Then just grab some cheese and some bits and pieces you've got left over, and it's just a great all-in-one one and a great introduction if you've not done the air fryer setting yet. Oh, and I just love how delicious they look. They just look fantastic. Can you believe how quick that was using the air fryer setting? And no wonder people are so obsessed with their air fryers these days. And if there's a setting on the multi-cooker to learn first, I would actually say it's the air fryer, because it's just the easiest one to get to grips with first. Thanks so much for watching our YouTube video. It feels so amazing that you've stuck around to the end. And of course, that must mean that you like our videos. So why not also follow us on social media? You can find us at the Kitchen Gadgets Club on Facebook, and on Pinterest, TikTok, we're Kitchen Gadgets Club. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel for more great videos like this one. And you can also find us at KitchenGadgetsClub.com, where we have a membership that shares brand new kitchen gadget recipes every week. And we also have lots of great ideas, resources, tips and tricks. And we are an ovenless kitchen, so we teach you exclusively how to cook with kitchen gadgets. And a ciao for now.